Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos, and if you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, but more than anything else, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. So, today I'm going to be talking about Chinese in Jamaica again. Not for a second that I thought I would have to actually do a second video on this subject. But after reading an article in the Gleaner today, without a doubt, I have to address the matter. Chinese taking over Jamaica. It's one of those things that, like I've said before, I've heard, but didn't put it too much on my mind because my attitude to it was more like, that's crazy. Knowing that Chinese presence has always been in Jamaica, but they have never been the dominant force. However, considering the reconstruction of Jamaica that's going on, I realize that Jamaica has opted for Chinese construction company to help or to take over the project. I believe a multiple project they're actually dealing with. But after reading that the Chinese company in Jamaica, which is called CHEC, which stands for China Arbor Engineer Company, has boldly took it up on themselves to display Chinese flags on their company site, and not only their company site, they have posted these Chinese banners or flag on the Mandela Highway, Constant Spring Road, Portia Simpson, Miller Square, and 3 Mile. These are must-see places. You know, these are highly trafficked places where Jamaican citizens are guaranteed to see. However, Chinese pride is just like any other country's pride, and I don't have a problem with one putting up their flag and saying, well, we're proud, and this road or this construction is being done by Chinese people or by people from China. However, it is a blatant insult that if you're doing it in a foreign country which does not speak Chinese, that you do not have a translation that follow. You know, it is as if these Chinese people are hearing the criticism from us Jamaican, are hearing the resentments of their presence in the country, and are boldly saying, we don't care, we're here doing our thing, or we're really going to take over. This is a disrespectful initiation to put up a flag anywhere. The way I see it is the Chinese flags, if they're going to be up, taking pride on their construction sites or whatever, it has to have a Jamaican flag somewhere because it's being done in Jamaica. And let's face it, it's not all Chinese workers that are on these sites. Chinese workers are the foremen but the foot soldiers are Jamaicans, because thankful for a few videos that I've seen online, I realized that Jamaicans are there digging trenches, are there moving blocks and steels and so on. So giving the Jamaicans their credit as well, but more than anything else, you are working in our country, you are working in Jamaica. This is not China. We can't go to China and put up Jamaican flag or just English writing and ignore what your Chinese people understand from don't understand. And to rub it in our faces, another Chinese company in Jamaica that I believe it's there responsible for the building of a new ministry or a new ministry building. They too have taken up on themselves to put Chinese banner and their Chinese flag with no Jamaican flag and no translation as to what the banners are saying or what what's the meaning behind it. You know, where is the Attorney General, the same Attorney General of Jamaica that had a problem when the United States of America put up their gay flag? She had a lot of mouths. She had a lot of things to say that Jamaica is a homophobic country, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Freedom of speech. I respected what she had to say. At the same time, I didn't respect her approach as a politician, as a highly educated woman. But where is she now when something like this is going on blatantly in our face? You know, the Chinese people make sure that they put these banners at places that Jamaicans have to see. Alan Brooks, the communication consultant for Czech, has taken it up on himself to translate it to the nation and says the banner actually means honesty, dedication, and innovation. Who cares? I mean, why do we have to get the translation to the newspaper? We are an English-speaking country, and if the Chinese people are going to take pride into the work that they're doing in Jamaica, I don't want to take that away from them. I wouldn't encourage any Jamaican to take away their pride from them. It's something that they've done, and if they feel as if they should be proud about it, without a doubt, be proud about it. But when you're putting up your flag, don't be too dominant. This is Jamaica. This is not China. You know, put English-speaking translation below every banner you see, because by the Chinese boldly putting up only Chinese writing banners in the country is pretty much showing a blatant disregard for our comprehension and a blatant disregard for our accommodation of them. You know, and if someone is gonna disregard our accommodation of them, they're pretty much telling you that we need them or they're here to take over. That's how I translate it anyway. You guys can tell me what you'll get from it. A flag is a very powerful piece of cloth. You know, when we go to a country, when any country of the world goes, for example, to the moon and plant their flag, like the US, China, Russia, and whoever else that's got their flag up on the moon, they're pretty much saying, this is ours. We have a claim on this. This is ours. So that's why our flag is there. I mean, a couple months ago, I looked out my window and I saw a Jamaican flag waving on an apartment near me, and I thought, well, a Jamaican flag. I thought I was the only Jamaican around here, because where I live there is few black people and definitely few Jamaicans. So when I went closer to see who was, I realized that it was just someone who was fascinated by flag, and every week they changed their flag, and I just happened to see it on a Jamaican day. The point that I'm making with that is, flags are powerful. When you see a flag, it tells you that there's a belonging. It tells you that there's a domination, there's an ownership. So without a doubt, as much as flag can represent personal pride, without a doubt, flags are saying ownership, domination, we are ruling. And the Jamaican people, it seems as if from what I read, the Jamaican people are criticizing it in a murmur, and that's all good, you know, but we have to be allowed a voice. We have to let the Chinese people know what's tolerated and what's not tolerated. And we don't only need just one person speaking on our behalf. The Chinese people need to hear the roar. They need to hear more than one voice of Jamaicans saying, this is not allowed. And even though Alan Brooks has expressed his greatest resentment and disregard for it, and his demand of removal or added translation, Jamaican people need to push his voice, or Jamaican people need to replicate his action. I mean, like I say, we appreciate the Chinese work. I mean, it's not being done for free. From what I understand, Jamaica is going into debt just for getting these reconstruction done. So it's not like they're doing it for free. They're getting paid. Recently, Jamaica was gifted, I believe, 2 or 3 emergency vehicles from the Japanese. And on those vehicles are the Japanese flag and the Jamaican flag. And when I saw both flags, I was like, you know, I wasn't really feeling the Japanese flag on it at the same time, because if it's a gift, it's a gift, you know what I mean? But by their flag remaining on it, it's more like, we kind of part own this, or hey, don't forget that we gave you this, you know. So I wasn't so comfortable, but at the same time I could understand. I didn't take it as an insult because it bore both flags, you know. But with the Chinese company and their solo flags, That has to stop. That has to stop. It's getting to an endangering moment, you know. But the Jamaican people, you know, we're civilized people. We can talk to people. You know, Chinese people, in my opinion, are sneaky. You know, every country has their reputation. Worldwide, they say Jamaican people are ignorant, or Jamaican people are violent, or Jamaican people are criminal-minded. So my take on Chinese people is that they're sneaky. And considering that I think they're sneaky, Jamaicans, we need to keep a closer eye on them and put them in line while they're in our country. Like I've always said, Chinese people should get a warm accommodation and welcome to Jamaica, like any other tourist, like any other visitor. But at the same time, we have to remind the Chinese people that their accommodation has to be a replication of accommodation when we go to their country, and their behavior as human beings, as tourists, as visitors, has to also replicate what they expect from us in their country. Like I said in my last video, common sense, common practice. If you go to someone else, you're expected to respect them. But while you're there on that temporary basis, do not disrespect Jamaica, do not disrespect Jamaican. Show respect as you would like to get respect from us. And that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter today. You guys, I welcome your comments. Like I've always said, negative or positive, leave your comment, because on this channel, each one teach one. Until next time, peace.